Hello, you guys. It's me, Tiffany, with For the Love of Creating for You. So, in tonight's project, I will be using Anita's acrylic paint, and the colors that I used were metallic gold with the Anita brand. The Deco Art, I used white satin enamel Deco Art, and I used the Deco Art black, and I also use Folk Art cranberry. So all of my paints are mixed with Floetrol, American Floetrol, no Australian Floetrol. And I kind of did about 30% paint and 60% maybe water, Floetrol, not water, you guys. So tonight we will be doing a open cup pour, and you guys, you see these rings that I have? I have a whole set of the rings in different sizes. They are so fun to work with. I could not wait to use them. They are actually little cake cutters is actually what they really are. But you know, soon as I saw these set, I got them and couldn't wait to get home to use them. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, I did also add water while I was mixing my paints for this Fluidart activity. So the paint does have some water in it as well. If you see that I did already have some paint on the canvas, I started with the puddle of the white satin enamel, and the second color that I poured is the cranberry, the Folk Art brand cranberry, and that is the metallic gold that I just poured after the cranberry. Oh, and yes, that is the apricot color, and that is a Deco Art brand as well. That peach color that you see that I poured, that is a Deco Art brand as well. So what I'm going to do is in the black, I am going to continue to fill each section of the rings up, and we're just going to get an overflow of paint. And as I pour the paint, you will notice that the paint will start to seep out into the base puddle that I had there at first. And you know, it is just a satisfying effect to watch how the paint reacts to each other here. And I do not have any type of cell activator in any of my paint. It is water, Floetrol, and paint. You know, you guys, I will be honest, Fluidart is so addictive. It is the most calming thing that I can do with myself. And I hope you guys get around to trying some of the techniques that you actually see in my videos here. Now look at that paint. You see the reaction that is given? And that is just the different bodies of paint mixing together, and they are causing their own cells, and they are beautiful. So I'm just going to continue to fill these rings up as we go along here, and I am going to twist the little open cups a little bit, the little cutters, and I just like the effect that it gives when I kind of twist it a little bit and move it around. So you guys, you're going to see me doing that with the cutters, and you know, we're just going to get creative with this project. I want you guys to take some time out and visit TiffanySuttonGalleries.com. Of course, this piece will be there, and I did name this piece Crimson currants. And if you want to know more about the piece, I do have a description and my website, tiffanysungalleries.com. So we are getting ready to overflow here as we fill up, and I'm going to twist it a little bit just to give the rings a little relief, because I kind of don't want it to go over the edge, but I promise you, if it does go over the edge, it is perfectly fine. There you go. So I lifted it up some and I kind of twisted over a little bit, and I twisted that smaller one, and I just like the effect that it gives in the bodies of paint there in the puddles there. It just gives it a little little twisting look there. I love the little bitty little cutter there. I think she is so cute. She's so little, but every time I pour paint in it, I waste it over the edge of it. But I just thought it would be cute to use it anyway. You guys, if you have any questions, feel free to post them here, and I will respond to them as soon as I can. I'm curious to know, what are you guys doing out there? Are you going to try a Fluidart piece? I would love to know, am I inspiring you to try Fluidart? So now I'm going to go ahead and start removing the rings. And what I am going to do is I'm going to kind of run it a little bit through there, just a little bit. Look, oops, look at that little baby one. She just said this is just too much for her. So I'm going to go ahead and start with removing the rings one by one. And as I move, I kind of twist it a little bit, and I'll twist it a little more as well, and it just gives a good effect to your puddles of paint there. If you kind of run it along there, perfectly fine. Look at that. That is so pretty. Look at that. Yes. So I just kind of just ran it along there, and see how it made its own little path through that. That's beautiful. You guys, I am so sorry for the glare. There was no getting around that glare. I tried, okay? So I decided to pour more paint with the same open cup technique, but I just used one ring this time. And of course I put my little puddles around the ring so the paint will be able to start to flow once I begin to pour inside of the ring, okay? And here we go. So we're going to start pouring inside this ring here. I'm also going to do one more open cup technique on this painting here. So in all we would have 3. We have one big one, and then we're going to have 2 small ones that I'm going to do. This is the second one, and I'm going to do one more toward the bottom of the canvas. So you guys, look at that. Isn't that nice how that paint seeps out through the bottom of that ring? As you notice, some of the paint have different weights to them. Some are light body paints and some are heavy body paints. So you see how that paint just kind of dipped itself in the middle? That brand is actually a heavy body paint. So this is the third ring that I'm going to do, which is the last ring that I'm going to do here. And of course, same technique, open cup pour. And I put my puddle around. That way my paint will be able to flow better as I pour it into the ring. Okay, so this is it. I'm just going to kind of twist and slide it a little bit. You guys, my dog is barking. He wants to paint. He wants to get on here and talk to you. So I am going to kind of just run it along until all the paint comes out of that ring there. And look at that. Isn't that pretty? That is so pretty. Let me show you what we have. Now I am going to stretch this piece out and you will see the finished results. And what I mean by stretching, I will be tilting this canvas to manipulate the paint on how I want it to be, okay? So I am going to pour some extra paint around the edges so that once I start to stretch this paint out with the extra paint around the edges, it will definitely help the paint flow very good, okay? So that is why I'm pouring extra paint around the edges of the paint, okay? I love the colors here. The colors are beautiful. So now it is torching time, and this is a culinary torch that I purchased, and I'm just bursting the air bubbles. You know, this paint has a lot of air bubbles, and if you don't burst your air bubbles when it dries, you'll have little dimples in your work, and you definitely don't want your little dimples from the bubbles. So you have to pop them, and this is why I am torching the paint now. Look at that. I just wanted to give you guys a close-up before I start to stretch this piece out. And here she is. She's all finished. I hope you love it as much as I do. I think she is beautiful. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening.